In a little under an hour, on April 8th, 2024, the day of this recording, the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U online game servers will be shutting down for good. It's a very bittersweet statement. For me, born in 2006, while I did own a Wii and DSi, my main Nintendo consoles that I remember growing up with were the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U. Being able to backport Wii games on the Wii U and backport DS games on the Nintendo 3DS, it was a really fun experience, and a lot of these games are going to be lost through the test of time because, well, you won't be able to play them online anymore, and now the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U both have an amazing library of games. And a lot of people wouldn't know that because of how poorly the Wii U sold. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the final hour of the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U online servers. So, starting with the 3DS, the online for the 3DS is something that we've always enjoyed, and we decided to start with Mario Golf World Tour. It's one of the better Mario Golf games in my opinion. It's got a really nice little story mode with the Castle Club, and playing on online it was a really nice little pick up and play game. You could just play 9 holes with your friend and call it a day. It didn't have to be too competitive, but the mechanics when it came to the actual golf were incredible, and it was extremely fun to play. Another thing I'll add is just how seamless the online play was. There was simply no lag between me and Austin when we were playing. A major complaint with the Switch is that the online is just not very good, and even on the Wii U it can be the same way, but for little games like this, the online was incredible and really smooth. It really felt like you were just playing with somebody next to you. This last game that me and Austin played here, it came down to the wire. Back and forth. I came down from a 3-stroke deficit and we ended up tying, so that was a pretty good way to end it. You both end up being winners in the last game of Mario Golf World Tour you'll ever play. So the next game on tap is Mario Tennis Open, and I feel like this game kind of has a little bit of a bad rap in the Mario sports community. It's the first Mario Tennis game that introduced the little different power spots where you hold the button and it turns it into a power shot, and then that led into Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and we know how that game turned out. But this game's actually really fun, and I used to play it a ton. Austin used to destroy me at it, but after we started playing Aces, I turned it around and started to get pretty good at it. So it was just a really fun game that you could play when you had nothing else to play. Like, we'd get done playing a computer game and we'd be like, oh yeah, let's go play Mario Tennis Open. Now, it is definitely worth saying that the online was not as great with Tennis Open as it was with World Tour, but it's still an incredible game, and we ended up finishing this one pretty quick because Austin kind of rage quit, but it's just a really fun game. I feel like after playing Aces really improved a lot of what Tennis Open wanted to be. But it was just a sweet little tennis game. Like, it was good. I really enjoyed playing it, and I'm gonna miss it because it was just really easy to pick up and play. We also obviously had to play Mario Kart 7. I mean, what are you doing if you're not playing Mario Kart 7 the day that the servers shut down? And obviously, this is the one I think people are going to be most sad about when it comes to the online server shutting down for the 3DS. So we had to play and get a couple dubs before it ended. So that's what we did. Now, not only was Mario Kart 7 a really good game, it was a really good Mario Kart. It was a really good installation into the series. I feel like it's one that gets looked upon with a brighter light now than it did when it first came out. But it gave a lot of the precursors for a lot of Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's biggest features. This was the first Mario Kart game that included kart customization with the ability to unlock different kart parts by collecting coins across different race modes. This was the first Mario Kart that included gliders. I mean, this was just a very fun game, and the track selection was also immaculate. There were so many good tracks that were introduced. Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road especially. That's one of my favorite Rainbow Roads of all time. And you guys knew I had to get in my bag a little bit and get a couple first places before the shutdown. I had a pretty rough stretch to start, but I ended up getting 4 first places in a row. First on N64 Calamari Desert, then on SNES Rainbow Road, Waluigi Pinball for the DS, and then Wii's Coconut Mall, one of the best Mario Kart tracks of all time. Better yet, both of those last 2 tracks are some of the greatest Mario Kart tracks of all time, and this Coconut Mall finish was really close too. I'm surprised I was able to pull that off. But what a great 2 tracks to end on, and what a great little finish there that I had to end off one of the better Mario Karts and one of the better games Nintendo's ever put out. Now, for all you Pokemon fans, this was a little bit of a detour, but me and my girlfriend Charlotte wanted to go ahead and get a little battle in on Pokémon X and Y. This was the one Pokemon game I never really played growing up, but I had wanted to start it because, obviously, I had access to it now, and I thought it would be really cool to play. So, we ended up battling. Charlotte ended up kicking my ass. But it was a very fun game to play, and it's disappointing. I know Pokemon Bank and Poketransporter are still going to be up, but not being able to play online Pokemon battles anymore for some of these older games, and obviously, the main Pokemon games that I played on the 3DS were Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But these are really fun Pokemon games, and for a system that has all of the Pokemon games up to Gen 7 playable on it, not having online for these games is gonna suck. But this was a really fun battle. I really thought I had her in the start, but she came back and... man, now I guess she can hold that over my head now. Now, me and Charlotte did actually end up hopping back on Mario Kart 7, and I got first place on N64 Koopa Beach, which was the last full official race that we played on Mario Kart 7, because just as the second race was starting, we got into it, we played a little bit of Coconut Mall, and around 7 p.m. Central, the servers went down for good. It was a great final hour of the 3DS, and it was super exciting to go back and kind of revisit some of my favorite games on it. But the 3DS has so many good games left, so many underrated gems. And I would recommend, if you don't have a 3DS, I totally still get one. The Pretendo network is going to be finished soon, and it's going to bring back a lot of the online servers for a lot of the games. And CTGP 7 is already out for the 3DS for Mario Kart 7. So you'll still be able to play Mario Kart 7 online. And honestly, they made Mario Kart 7 even better, so you're not really missing out on much. But yeah, that's about it for the 3DS. Now, I actually didn't get on my Wii U for the shutdown of the Wii U, but Austin did, so thank God for Austin. And yeah, he played Mario Kart 8 for a very, very long time, and we got a lot of great footage, but I'm going to let him take over this part.
So I actually played Mario Kart 8 for a total of over 7 hours. It was really fun. I met this guy called Big Daddy and BGT. They were really good players, and we had a fun time. One of my favorite parts was just playing the game, and it was really fun. I had a great time. The server shut down 7 hours after they were supposed to at around 1 a.m. my time. It was really late. It was like 1 a.m. on a Monday night. That's not good. I also played Wii Sports Club, and I did some bowling matches, as you can see here. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. But unfortunately, that service is also gone, so really sad to see it go. I think I had one of the last bowling matches in Wii Sports Club.
Now, a lot of the legacy of the Wii U is going to be continued on and on. A lot of its best games, like Super Mario Maker, Mario Kart 8, Super Mario 3D World, those games have gotten sequels on the Switch, or at least ports on the Switch, and arguably the games are even better now than they were. And while I may not have personally played the online for the Wii U as much, I can just remember all of the fun that I had with it, so it is pretty sad knowing that if I ever wanted to go back to my Wii U, I won't be able to play online anymore. But there is still a plethora of great games on the Wii U. If you guys have never played Nintendo Land, you've got to play that game. That game is incredible. But yeah, this is the end of the Wii U and 3DS, and it's a very sad day here in the Nintendo community. Now, Pretendo is also going to be working for the Wii U as well, so if you have a modded Wii U, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to play some games. And I will say, it may never have the feel of the original, and there won't be as many people playing because obviously it's going to be a little harder to set up for some people. but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to relive the past and kind of relive two amazing consoles. While the online servers for the 3DS and Wii U have shut down, this is not the end. Even if you don't go and get Pretendo, there's so many great games on these consoles. There's a lot to look forward to even though the online is gone for people that maybe have never experienced some of these games on these systems. And eventually the Switch will be dying too, and honestly, while the Switch never sat as deep in my heart as the 3DS and Wii U did, it's still going to be a sad day when that eventually happens. So let's go ahead and pay our respects to two amazing consoles. And yeah, that'll be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.